that she has,
Obviously.
no, she has mental illness. She, probably another thing, she has bleeding disorder. So she gets bloody noses constantly. She probably on her phone. I try to grab it back from her. I let go. She whacked herself in the face with it.
She has quite a bit of mental illness, and I know it's tough. But I can't obviously imagine what's going on here. And then obviously, as a police officer, she knows which buttons to push to even further make it difficult. But just once again, for the sake of public image, you don't want.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
turn into something where everyone's taking pictures.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny from the Constitution State here today. I hope everybody's having a good day. Today's video takes place in East Lyme, Connecticut, and it involves the East Lyme Police Department. Then none other than guess who? The great disgraced Chief Finkelstein. The day I actually got whatever body camera footage they could from these incidents, and it's a lot more than I got because they wouldn't give me anything. They still are heavily redacted. Personally, I like the day more than a lot of sites or news outlets. When this all first started happening, it was just a woman, right? Well, it turns out to be his wife. And he sits here and says, oh, she's got all these mental illnesses and this and that wrong. So if any of that is true, then we need to look into who the police are hiring in these hiring processes. But I would tend to believe a lot of it is just BS because he's obviously trying to save his ass, which he doesn't have to try hard to do because these officers are absolutely useless. The CT State Police, who are just as useless as everybody else, for some reason had to get asked to do this investigation, which I don't, why would the town have to ask them to investigate? That's their job. Then after they agreed to do it, they refused to do it because they said town officials went and told the public stuff they weren't supposed to tell them. I can't find anywhere where they actually leaked information that was important. But we know how the state police are. They want everything hidden so they can cover up everything as good as they can. Connecticut State Police released an 8-page internal affairs report to the East Lyme Police Department suggesting that the local board of police commissioners is considering a recommendation to withdraw certification for Police Chief Michael Finkelstein and other East Lyme officers for conduct that may undermine public confidence in law enforcement, which is honestly amazing. This is what they should be doing. All of the officers involved should be fired and decertified. Them doing it is a completely other thing. We see all these other departments, like Old Saybrook, they've been saying they're going to decertify bad officers for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, they fired them, but they're still certified. And this was released. The police have a duty to arrest someone in a domestic violence situation. In responding to domestic violence crimes, the law requires police officers to arrest the person or persons suspected of committing the crime, whether or not the victim wants him arrested. Which is funny because you always hear them whining about that on the scene of a domestic. Oh, well, we got to take somebody. But when it comes to their own, look what happens. The commissioner also raised the idea to state police that officers' conduct during these 3 incidents could be considered conduct that undermines public confidence in law enforcement. And this is from a professor at the University of New Haven. East Lyme police missed 2 opportunities to serve and protect the victim, said University of New Haven professor of criminal justice Tracy Tambara, who specializes in domestic violence and sexual violence and victimization. He had access to firearms and they didn't do a lethality assessment. And if it was a conflict or against protocol, the officer should have called state police and remained there until they arrived. No way.
I had to come out. Just talk a little bit. Let's get some shoes on.
A little second.
Okay. So,
she has,
obviously.
no, she has mental illness. She, probably another thing, she has bleeding disorder. So she gets bloody noses constantly. She probably on her phone. I try to grab it back from her. I let go. She whacked herself in the face with it. She did it 2 weeks ago with the girls too, where she hit that thing on her nose. I said, he's coming.
Did we just hit a nest?
No, it's on him. I mean, she has mental illness. It's been an issue for a while. Everything's great. The perfect weekend's great. And last night, for whatever reason, she went to put one of the girls to bed. I'm downstairs with my 20-year-old son. She started slipping on me. Well, why didn't you tell me you were coming downstairs? And I thought, you didn't tell me she was asleep yet, And I just started from that. And you guys are home?
I was before, not anymore, shouldn't be.
And then, she tried to say, my phone's cracked. She tried to grab it from me, and I let go, and then she whacked herself in the face. All night, she's like, I'm going to fucking get you in trouble. I'm like, okay. I mean, this is like probably 11 o'clock that happened last night.
Mm-hmm.
And then, whatever reason, she decided this morning that, hey, now I'm going to do this. Obviously didn't wash off the dry blood from her nose because she gets bloody. She has von Willebrand disease. So she gets bloody nose constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So when she just whacked her nose, she starts bleeding. No punches, no strikes, and so again, hate to say we've been through this before, but she just it's fucking issue she has. And then I'm sure we'll play this game, and hours later she's perfectly fine. It's borderline personality disorder, but she just is not treated for. She doesn't want to get treated for. I go to therapy to talk about her disorder.
Okay.
And that's what Tabitha. So you check with her. I mean, you
Yeah.
can have a conversation with her because we talked. This is exactly what Tabitha kept always saying is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know she's complaining of injury. She wants to get checked out. I know that. So she's just worried about the kids going off to school and everything like that.
Yeah, again, complaining of injury, but at 10 o'clock last night, she didn't go to the hospital. 2 weeks until she knows that, oh, I got to go to work and the kids have to go to school. And now it's like, okay, now it's part of, as much as you research, but borderline personality disorder, you'll see you couldn't write the textbook more of what she is.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, she's like, hold on, I can't even fucking make a fist with my finger.
How did that happen? I wasn't part of the
Just to
conversation.
burn. Remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't even hold my fist.
Okay.
So definitely.
Someone's up. But she came into the door. Oh. She's with Baldino.
Hate to put you guys in this. I mean, it's like the thing happened last June. It's like a cycle. Last June, same thing, where she flipped out on Father's Day and just she called 911 because our daughter got her finger clipped in the car seat trying to get into the car, and she's yelling and screaming on 911. Like I did something. Like I did. I'm sitting in the car. I didn't do anything.
Yeah. And this has been going on for a while.
Well, it's bad. It's psychological. It's back and forth.
Yeah.
It's fine. We had a great weekend. I mean, there wasn't even an argument all weekend. It was perfectly fine. And then it's like out of the blue, nowhere. And then it's my other phone. She threw it out in the back. I can't find it. It's out in the woods. Then she was yelling at me, and then this one she broke.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But again, this is what happened. Grabbing and she yanked, and I don't know how that cracked the screen now. So that's good. I want to look at it later.
Okay. Great. How'd you get the blood on your left hand though?
From her nose.
Huh?
From her nose, because she was all up in front of me.
Okay.
No, she was all like.
Okay. All right.
How do you describe it? Like she gets intense and she gets in your face, and she had it at that point. It was like dripping on her chin.
Okay.
And I put my hand up because she was like jumping on me, and I was just get away from me.
Okay.
So, where is it?
It's between his thumb and index finger.
I actually didn't even get a cut from there. It's like I'm off. That's it.
Oh, it's cut.
Yeah. I had bad skin, so I cut easy.
Any alcohol or anything involved last night?
I had a drink last night. That was part of when I went down. My 20-year-old son was sitting with me.
Yeah.
And when we were living home, I had one drink. He and I would talk. We were watching NCIS and talking about politics.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just started in on me the fact that I came downstairs and I wasn't upstairs waiting for her. I'm like, everything's good. Just let me know you. And it turned into a shit show after that. So.
Okay. Right. With the position here. So Yeah, sorry. Well, I think. All right. I don't think there's any training or experience for this kind of interaction. So sorry. Excuse the awkwardness.
That's why you put you in
exactly.
the position. I mean, what I would suggest is you Let me call my girlie and just say, this is what happened, you know,
Yeah.
and take it out of your hands.
Yeah. I'll bring it up, and then go from that point right there, and let to figure out, make sure everybody's safe out of the house right now. Separate, because I know you'd be coming to work anyways.
But we've been,
Yeah.
this happened at 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
It's the time after 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I-
about, yeah.
I mean, everyone's been safe for 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And it's not like it just happened. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
She was going to call, get out of the way last night, go to the hospital last night. Didn't do any of that stuff. And what she said to me this morning was that when she went out to call, she goes, I'm calling because you didn't tell me last night, I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was like, well, because I didn't make her feel better last night and apologize to her for what happened in the beginning, that, she's going to call now.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Well, she brought up something with the phone. Did you call Dana or
No,
did
it's
somebody?
just-
She brought that
She has an
comment up.
obsession. She has an obsession with Dina, and it's like any word text that's even like a joke. Like if she sees that, she's fucking. It's like that has been an obsession for a long time.
Okay.
And it's just like, okay, what? It was a joke because Friday, Dana, I was going to meet our daughter in Waterford,
Mhm.
and I went up Flanders Road. I pulled in like craving for Flanders Donut, and Dana's car is at the nail salon. So I texted her and said, "What color do you get?" And she said, "Pink." LOL. And it was like, okay. And then last night, again, in the middle of this, I wasn't the cause of this at all.
Mhm.
It's one of those things when she grabbed my phone and she read that, and it's like, oh, okay, so what?
Your work phone or personal phone?
Work phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
My personal phone's in the woods
Gotcha.
somewhere.
Roger. Right.
I can see that that would be a hard thing for her to read. She's, already worked herself up into
Yeah.
this perception of
Right.
something wrong there.
It's in between like a million other texts of
Work.
Yes. Stuff.
Correct.
And,
Yeah.
So, but whatever. It's whatever that is.
All right. So your son saw all this.
He left because he's been through this before.
Oh, he left.
He came back, but I'm like,
Okay.
I was sitting out back after through the phone thing and
Mhm.
outside. Like I can pull back up. I don't know where he went for a little bit, but he was here with me.
Mhm.
And as always, when she starts in, he just goes downstairs.
She just leaves.
But our daughter used to do the same thing.
Oh,
She moved
okay.
out. It
Oh,
was
right.
last week. She's 21. He's 20.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Right. Right.
I mean, he didn't see any of the other parts of it. He just, like, hears her start in out of nowhere, and then just like, oh, I'm gone.
Okay. Still kind of early, so no one's going to school yet. I know that she wants to go to, get checked out anyways for whatever injury that occurred at that point. So pretty odd position right now. Let me just,
Well, she's
I'm gonna go through my chain anyways, and then we'll go from there and
I mean,
contact.
I'm the only one for the kids, so if there's,
I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
she's not going to be here for the kids, then there's no one else to.
I know because you saw the little one right here. She's
Yeah,
like
two.
2 years old now. Or
We have
something.
two that don't go to school.
Gotcha.
Two
Okay.
that go to school, and then the one has kindergarten.
Okay.
So she has to get on the bus at 8:30.
Okay. All right. Let me get it figured out. I'll be right back to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, your son's car isn't registered.
I know.
I read it the other night and I was like, oh.
I had to, because he didn't pay the insurance, I hadn't paid the insurance.
Mhm.
And then I went to register it. It's in my name. I went to register it, and it came back saying that had it cleared yet through the taxes. Not insurance, it was taxes he had
Yeah.
paid. Because he was supposed to pay the taxes. So that was on my plan this week to do.
Oh, no, I get it.
No?
I got stopped in Guilford 2 days ago. I guess my car's been expired since April. So I was like, I drove by, they had their plate reader out. I just see his wheels start turning. I was like, oh, what did I do? But, well, Hopefully it gets a little easier for you.
Yeah, it's funny. I was sitting in the same spot last June. This spot right here, talking to Bolton. She did that Father's Day.
You said she's got no actual diagnosis because she doesn't want to go get checked out.
She insists that she just has OCD. She's had that all her life, but it's, you know.
Well, obviously, it seems like the OCD has fixated around Dana to some degree. She brought that up quite a bit, which,
it's like,
yes, there's a clear delineation between work.
but that's an effect. That's to get an effect from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hyper obsession to say, I'm going to get you guys, you know,
Involved,
because of that. It's to screw me, you know, like, here.
Yeah.
That's what that's.
I'm actually more worried about the kids.
Hmm?
Are the kids okay in general?
Sleeping.
Like, they're all sleeping still? Okay, I don't want them to look out and see
I was sleeping.
us all talking and...
I was sleeping with the 3-year-old. She was in bed with me. And then she came in yelling at me that she was calling. So, with a lot of expletives.
I'll make his phone calls and...
Yeah.
I think...
It's a terrible position for everybody. So.
I know. As far as your firearm goes, though, just in general, out of the house.
It's locked in my car right
Out
now.
of the house, yeah. I just, not even you. I don't necessarily know if I want her walking around there having any access to it.
There's no access to the car.
Okay.
It's locked in my cruiser.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't break with the kids. I don't.
Yeah.
I never want to have it in the
I
house.
don't blame you. That's a bridge I'm gonna have to cross. I'm actually worried about the kid next door.
Right.
He's been spiraling out a little bit, so even
That's the
the little kid.
yeah.
Even I cameras up all around my house, and like, you know, I'll see him on my property, like after an argument with his parents, just screaming and stomping around, and I'm like, oh, everything's locked. Do they have some shoes on or something?
No.
Okay. No issues with the neighbors or anything like that, right?
No. She's the older woman. Her actually her daughter and son live there now, and then that guy across the street, the retired trooper.
Okay. It just, once again, for the sake of public image, you don't want
Oh yeah, no, I mean
this
it's oh yeah.
turn into something where, you know, everyone's taking pictures.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is there somewhere you'd rather sit, not on your front stoop?
I don't know her John inside, but yeah.
Okay.
But it's part of the other pieces that she knows today's the FEMA drill at work.
Mm,
So she knows it's a control thing. But I know he has to be somewhere, and now I'm going to put him in a position this morning of.
where is he?
Well,
Why is he not
of
there?
Her controlling. It's a control thing. It controls the situation, the time, it controls everything. And that's exactly what this is. I knew nothing about that disorder until last year. I started going therapy because of what happened in June, and learned all about it. And they had me listen to this audiobook, "Walking on Eggshells,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it was written for my house. Not a question.
Oh. We deal with quite a bit of mental illness, and I know it's tough. But I can't obviously
No, it's
imagine what's going on here. And then obviously, as a police officer, she knows which buttons to push to
oh yeah.
even further make it difficult. And then obviously, as police officer, she knows which buttons to push to
Oh yeah.
even further make it.
Yeah, and again, that's what if you talk to Tab about that, this is exactly what she was worried about too. So often I try to remove myself in situations and go, and like she gets like just, I don't say insane, but it's just like a random following you around, taking like you can't just say I'm going.
Mm-hmm. I think that also has to do with the power aspect of it, the control part. She wants to dictate that situation.
Because people with BPD also like have this intense fear of being abandoned, and it's usually started by childhood trauma. So it's like this abandonment feeling, and then all of a sudden it manifests into anger, control, rage. And there's no treatment for it. It's not like you don't do medication. There's nothing that there's actually your therapy. There's nothing that treats something.
Well, we'll get through it. That's all that matters. When do you two young ones wake up usually?
Now,
Right now?
well, the youngest, I had to rock her back to sleep all night, so she may sleep a little bit later.
She 1 yet?
She's
Two?
Yeah, she's 1.5.
Okay. The most part sleep through the night? Or no?
Yeah, usually once. Usually most nights when it's good, she'll wake up like anywhere between 1 and 3. I want a bottle, make her a bottle, give it to her bed, she'll go back to sleep. The 3-year-old sucks. It's like her and the other one are constantly coming into the bed, and it's like they don't ever want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait for Hurley's phone number. Yeah. To 65.
Yeah.
Oh, she just sent another one too.
That's it.
All right, let me just.
I just put you in a shitty position. I'm sorry. I know. There's no way to make that better. Now we have to get Hurley involved.
Yeah, that's the,
But at least he sounds like he knows a little bit about it.
I don't think he does.
I was gonna say I didn't even know about anything last June.
So last June she complained that about the car, and then I threw stuff in the kitchen, food and stuff, no violence, nothing physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm probably said that's going to escalate. It's going to change. She's going to try to, because she's not getting her satisfaction, so she's going to find another way to do it, and this is it right now.
When did you guys move to this place again? Last night, right before the shift started, they had a officer hit head on, which turned into a DUI. And so I responded to the averages I could be there in like 50 minutes, and I guess nobody else wanted to do it. So it was like another Saybrook Trinity. The car that got hit was a Tabor from Saybrook. Yeah, I think he just hit his head a little bit. Then the officer that arrested him was Paul Mary, who just went up there. I went up there. Nice. Interesting way to start my night.
I'm sure.
But Wildman held over for me, which I appreciated, and then we got that taken care of. But I feel bad having you out on the porch here. I don't want you out on the porch. It's just not a good look.
But you brought her back in over there.
So I'd almost rather have you sit in your car. Really, I mean, it's just the last thing you need is a nosy neighbor or someone stupid taking a photo.
We have to start both lines for Hurley. So we're gonna try to figure this out. Definitely gotta talk to Hurley. You go for that right there. I know she wants to go to the hospital. I know you have 2 kids here that need to go to school, or
One that goes to school,
they need to stay home and stuff like that. I would say you carry on normal business. Go to work as you normally would, but somehow somebody needs to watch the kids.
Oh, I'm not leaving the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, I don't know. Is anybody else who watch the kid?
No, I mean, if she's deciding she's going to go get medical care,
yeah. The only problem is she may say, "Hey, she's fearful of kids," but I'm just going through the motions.
that would be just one more game. But you're right.
I'm just trying to go through the motions, trying to make the best decision here. And the best person to actually figure this out would be talking to Hurley and have him do the investigation, try to figure out how that works.
100% understand.
Let me see if I can go to that point, see if she wants to go to the hospital or go from there.
And again, it's a bloody nose to dry blood.
Yeah, I know. So let me try to figure that out, all right, Chief? All right.
What's the millstone drill today?
It's the hostile action drill. So
Is that the-
It's a theme evaluated one where basically millstone is attacked. And, everybody has to respond accordingly to that. Yeah.
We have our SRT team for that.
There's a component of that to it too. We did one years ago with there's the FBI SWAT team, Safely SWAT team, and then Waterford had some people. Like we had basically someone they came in off the water onto the bottom part of Millstone Point, so we're shooting people to take over the reactor. This one will be similar.
What's up?
This one will be something that's similar to that. We did a practice one a couple weeks ago. They just do it's like so much. You practice, then this one, then next week. Excuse me, it's a state hurricane drill. It's constant.
I will say the emergency management seems active, which is good.
Yeah, but it almost runs itself. I think you go through these evolutions and you get geared up to train, but then the state's involved in the training and they are so freaking slow at the state level. And everything just squeaks along like real slow, and it's like just you sit back and wait, you sit and wait,
So just waiting for the state over and over and over.
For the next inject, and then you handle the inject in seconds, and then you wait for the next inject. 20 minutes, half hour later, and that's what I don't like about it. It's not real world. At least say that. Real world is you're constantly doing stuff.
Problems are happening. You're fixing the next problem. Go. Whereas there, you're waiting for the problems to be created.
Yeah. And they have the script. It's just when they roll it out,
Is it because other EOCs are slower, possibly?
Just the state EOC stuff.
Okay.
It's their process at the state. Some of the stuff they were still using fax machine, fax and stuff, and we luckily got away from that. But
I say I barely know how to work a fax machine dispatch.
Yeah.
But okay. Does Old Lyme have an emergency management?
Yeah, Dave Rivera, she's a fire marshal.
Okay. I don't know much about what Old Lyme has. I'm just kind of quiet over there. It's a little dark zone between here and the bridge.
They're all over the world.
Not bad though. Seems quiet, peaceful.
Except
Expensive, very expensive.
Except for the summer.
Yeah.
Beach party.
From what I understand, that whole beach bar thing down there has died down quite a bit. Wasn't their big problem?
Yeah, I guess a couple months. I mean, for a couple months a year, it's crazy busy. I mean, the summer. The rest of the year is dead. Really.
Yeah.
The rest of the town is like the midnight car thefts, and that's about it. Right?
Can't forget the cooking oil larcenies.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a big one.
That's big.
They won't come back to our town. They know better.
Yeah, this is take their shot.
I'm trying to get more. We get as many as we can. They're like baseball cards.
The
You
old
just
vans
collect
will
them.
sit there.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day we'll get the clearance to scrap them. Think about all the stuff we could do with that box truck. We could let the kids hit it with a baseball bat for fundraisers.
Yeah.
And break it like that.
Yeah.
All right. So I think the best course of action, Chief, is this. Is that she's going to go get checked out.
Okay.
Okay, after the kids go to school. Okay.
There's two that don't go to school.
What's that?
There's two that don't go to school though.
After one.
Okay. So,
Yeah. I can't remember how many kids are.
I'll let you finish.
So it is midnight shift. All right. So she said that she can call her mom to watch the kids. That you can go to work, keep everything status quo.
Okay.
Okay. And then she can go get checked out, at the hospital, just make sure she's good. And then by then, hopefully, get to hear from Hurley. And then we try to figure everything out from this point.
Okay.
Okay. That'll work. Okay. Just go to work. We'll stay here and just grab yourself, go to work, and hopefully get everything kind of figured out from that point. I think it'd be the best option because right now I haven't gotten any other than I talked to my lieutenant. And that's it. So.
All right.
At least it keeps all parties separated, and then we can, go from that point. All right. Okay.
I gotta try to get up. I'm old enough right now.
Oh. All right. So you're going to these changes over, okay?
And what does everybody think about that? There is more videos. There is a couple more parts. I'll get them out. I just didn't want to put them all in one because it would have been very long. Definitely go check out The Day. They're the ones that posted it, showing them some love. So hopefully they'll keep it up. He loves to point the finger at her, this and that. Well, I didn't see him take any accountability in this whole video. And these yes men just stood there and played right into it. It's just disgusting behavior all the way around from our public servants, if that's what you would call them. And as I said, if his wife does have all these mental health issues, that raises a lot of issues with our hiring process here in Connecticut and what we're accepting. We know they're very desperate. Look at the Luciers and the Gillers and all these cops out there that are just complete idiots. They're mentally handicapped. We don't even need ones worse than that. We don't need to hire more. Did you guys catch on to that cop? Oh, do you want to move? Do you want to hide for the public view? This was a cover-up from the beginning. Do they do that for everybody? No. We know the answer to that. Nobody gets special treatment unless you're one of them. They failed multiple times to serve this domestic violence victim. And I honestly think if he was so right, he wouldn't be in court admitting to this and that and going to treatment. If he wasn't a drunk, why would he be going to treatment? We know Connecticut cops. Even when they're wrong, they go to trial and win. And I don't think the judge should be dropping these charges. How can you catch multiple domestics while wasted in front of your kids then get caught lying about a firearm, sign a protection order saying you have no weapons, violate that protection order. In my opinion, he should have been charged with firearms possessions. He was not supposed to have a firearm or access to a firearm. He was supposed to hand them over, and he didn't. Instead, he got violation of a protection order, and they still let him go home within 2 months. He literally went to the program, got out, got caught going to a call. That was the body camera footage we watched the other day. You go catch 2 or 3 domestics wasted with your spouse and then lie about a gun and see what happens to you. I've seen so many domestics in court, and you know what they say every time? Domestics are so serious. These are some of the serious cases we have. If they're so serious, why is this clown getting off? And I feel bad because he has kids and they're out here embarrassing them like that. That's fucking pathetic. These are the leaders of our community. Yes, cops are people too, but don't forget, they pretend to be held to a different standard. They're not. The only difference is they get away with everything they arrest us for. But let me know what you guys think about this. All the information will be in the description. I will get the other one out soon, and I'll see you guys on the next one.